Sandy Colombo, mindset coach. I'm here today with Kane Patterson from
Lift Life Transformations.
Yep. Kane is a
personal trainer, body transformation specialist, online nutrition coach.
fantastic. Yeah. And Kane has an amazing backstory. So Kane, can you give us just a little bit about your backstory? I'm really interested in your mindset.
The short version. So I was born into a family that was broken, torn apart and ruined by drugs and crime. I went in and out of foster care from about the age of 1.5 right through to about 15. Around the age of 13, 14, I started I developed my own drug addiction that took away 10 years of my life. And then I've cleaned myself up and became a personal trainer.
Yeah, well, that's the bit I'm really interested in.
Okay.
I'm really interested in, I have a lot of clients, and there's probably a lot of people out there that say, you know, oh, it's all too hard to change.
Yep.
So what was the critical point for you going from being a drug addict to being a successful business person? I mean, what was that critical point?
There was a lot of things that were coming into play, a lot of factors that were playing there, but there was one critical point that stands out for me. Was one of my best friends told me he didn't want to hang out with me anymore. He didn't want to be my friend because I was getting too far gone into that life.
Wow, that would have been a courageous conversation for him to have with you, right?
Yeah, I was on the back end of a 4-day bender, so it was...
It would have been a courageous conversation.
But the surprising thing, like, that was the only thing I remember from the whole 4 days.
Wow.
So it was... I think it was my mind going, you need to remember this moment because it's going to decide the rest of how things play out.
So that's probably your unconscious mind, right? Saying, this is really important, Kane.
Yep.
Hey, remember this bit. So from there, what did you do?
It was a lot of trying and failing and trying and failing. I like to say that I've tried and failed more times than people even think about trying. It was a 3.5-year process of trying to not have as many drugs, or trying not to drink, or trying not to have this specific drug, or trying to go a couple of days without drugs and then failing and back on it and then try again. And eventually I got to the stage where I was having a little amount and my willpower was strong enough that I could just go, okay, no more, and I stopped.
So would it be just the little bits? It's the little changes every day.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, rather than, and I see this with a lot of clients, a lot of people, right? They go, right, I'm not going to drink anymore, or I'm going to change, whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And it's too big,
yeah.
And then you go into overwhelm.
Definitely.
So you're saying how you did this was just little chunks, so
yep.
One little thing at a time.
Yep, less is more.
Less is more, yeah, absolutely.
So I would, so if I tried to quit drugs, quit alcohol, get a job and hold it down, start training and change my life all at once, my head would have exploded, yeah. And I would have gone backwards even further. So,
right.
So it was little goals that I would set myself to try and achieve.
Yep.
If I didn't achieve them, I didn't beat myself up. I just went, okay, I've learned from what I've tried to implement. Next time I'll try and do it a different way and see if it works.
And then you would do it, right?
Yeah.
Because the trying is almost a failure in itself.
Yeah.
So you just set yourself one little task and then make sure you got that
yep.
tick.
Yep, definitely.
Right. How long did that take?
To get clean? About 3.5 years. So
right.
It wasn't an easy road.
No, I would not imagine it would be.
No, and I did have a lot of help from like friends through that period and a couple of family members.
Right. So the help you had, who was there? Who was supporting you?
So I had some very good friends that would give me places to stay. Going through that period, it was still hard to hold down a job and keep my life in check. So I didn't really have a stable home to stay at, and they would say, yeah, you can stay here with us. Their parents as well would allow me to stay there, so that was a big help. My brother gave me a place to stay when I was coming right to the end of it, which helped out a lot. So yeah, just having people there, not necessarily to tell me what to do or anything like that, because I knew what I had to do, but just to give me somewhere to stay and give me some assistance in that.
So give you the things that you needed, the little things to help you succeed.
Just to make it easier.
To make it easier, absolutely. And what did you need to give them in return?
I've never been asked this question.
Oh, I'd love to ask a question somebody hasn't.
What did I have to give them? Getting clean, getting myself clean.
So that would be trust, right? Really,
Yeah.
bit of trust.
Yeah.
So it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're back.
Yeah,
at the
definitely.
very beginning again. Yep. Okay. And what's success to you? I'm really interested. I mean, I think that that's really, really successful. But what does success look like to you now?
It's hard for me to say because of where I was and where I am now. To me, I've already succeeded.
I think you certainly have succeeded. I'd like to congratulate you. That's an amazing, amazing story.
Thank you.
Yep.
My biggest hurdle at the moment is complacency within my transformation of my business because of that reason that I'm in such a good position now. I keep taking my foot off the pedal and it's not that I don't want to go further, but I'm like, oh, I'm doing awesome now. Why would I? So it's hard, but yeah.
I'm interested because I think sometimes we measure success, and I don't mean you or I mean, as a community or, that we measure success from how we see you today, having a successful business, all of those things. But I didn't know anything about you and your story. I would still think you were successful.
Yep.
I now listen to your story, I think you're even more successful. Right? So success needs to be measured from where you've come from to where you are today.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think we forget about that at times.
Yeah.
And your business now, where's it at? What's happening?
It's going pretty good. Last year was a bit of a struggle for us, but that was because I took my foot off the pedal and I stopped doing what I needed to do. I got complacent.
You see, everybody here watching this would know what you mean by that.
Oh, yeah.
We all do it, right?
Oh, it is the hardest thing, and my biggest obstacle at the moment is that my nutrition, my training, training my clients and stuff like that. That's all easy. Not getting complacent. That's hard, and yeah, it always brings me unstuck.
Yeah, it's not so easy, right? But you know it. It's self-awareness, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing is self-awareness. The second thing is taking action to that self-awareness.
Yeah.
And you've got a great reference point there. One, that is an amazing story to show how resilient you are and how successful you are. So I think we're going to see bigger and better things from you, Kane.
Definitely. Something that helps me through that period where I get complacent is I've got a coach. I've got my fitness coach, and he's someone from the outside looking in and just says, this is where you're going wrong. This is what I want you to do. Keep your head in the game.
Absolutely, because we're all the same in our own businesses, right? I mean, I am a coach, but I'm the same in my business. Where we can't see the forest for the trees.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right? So we think we're going along all right, and then someone goes, hey, and you get a bit of a kick, and you're, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I meant to have done that. So we all need that feedback consistently.
Yeah, definitely.
But a lot of us, a lot of people go into their own business so that they don't get the kick.
Yeah.
So they really still need the kick in order to, or maybe just the reminder.
Yeah, I think some people go into their own business the wrong way. Their ego is too big and they can't let their guard down to let someone help them.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be where I am today in my business without my coach.
Yeah.
I would still be working an amount of hours that I don't want to work anymore.
Yeah. So it's gratefulness, right, for all the people that help us along the way, and we're all the same.
Yep.
No person's an island.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. And can you just give us a really quick sort of 5-minute spiel about your business? Exactly what do you do for people? And who's your perfect avatar?
So at the moment in the industry, it's very confusing for people that want to transform their body, improve their health, improve their fitness.
I would agree with that. Yep.
There's a
lot of information.
There's a lot of information in the industry about this magic pill, this celebrity endorsed
We all want the
workout.
magic pill.
Everyone
Even
wants
my
that.
clients want the magic pill.
Yeah, but it doesn't work.
No.
And unfortunately, it will set 99% of people back even further.
So it's a little bit like the story I'm just hearing about you,
Definitely.
right?
Yep.
Different, obviously, situation, but a similar thing.
It's very close because whether your addiction is drugs or whether it's food, they're very close. one is viewed in a different way to the other one, but I don't believe it should be. It's still an addiction to like bad food.
Yeah.
And what we do when we get a new client is exactly what I did through my recovery, is just work on little things that are going to add up in the end.
Yeah, so rather than saying, okay, January 1st, I'm not going to eat any more sugar, that's not going to work.
No more pizza, no more donuts, no sugar, no alcohol, no this. That doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. So it's a little thing. And it's the other thing I would well imagine with my clients as well, it's the consistency of doing those things.
Definitely.
Right?
So what we do is if someone makes a new normal, if they go from 10% compliant to 20% compliant, then that 20% compliant has to become their new normal.
Yep.
And that becomes their baseline. And then we try and go to 30 and then 40. And then,
So each small step. Fantastic. And where can people find more information out about you, Kane?
social media.
Yep.
At Live for Life Transformations. My website is liveforlife.com.au. It's only just changed.
Thank you for sharing your story today, and congratulations, because
Thank you.
I think your mindset is remarkable.